Wow, welcome to another tutorial. My name is Jakabit. This is music production guide. So we are continuing from where we stopped, from the secret of your pro mixing and mastering of rap and trap beat. So right now I want to train you guys on how you can master your rap and trap vocal. So in case you are coming across this channel for the first time, click the subscription button, click the notification bell so that you miss any of our content in the nearest future. We do post amazing stuffs every Mondays and every Fridays. So stay back in this tutorial and see how we are able to master the sound. So welcome again. Right now, let's play the song to refresh our memory on the previous ones we have done. We have a part 1 and we have a part 2 of how I was able to mix this vocal. In case if you haven't watched that video, go straight down into my videos. You will see the secret of pro mixing and mastering of rap and trap vocals. Then you can learn on how we were able to mix this. So I won't be going back on what I have already taught. So I'll be going straight on how I was able to master this trap vocal. So let's play. So I know you guys have already refreshed your memory and you guys have already know what or where this song is coming from. Remember, this is code 1. I thank you for giving me the opportunity to use this piece of job. I'm gonna drop the link of this job down below for you guys to check. This guy is too talented. So right now, the next thing you have to do for you guys to prepare for your mixing and mastering is, first of all, to do a right click. You select all the projects. Either you use your Control A, then you click on your P, the letter P. Then once you are done, you check your meter and make sure that it's not clipping. Make sure that your MV meter doesn't show red on your maximum output. If it does, it shows that it's gonna get distorted, or rather it's distorted already. So you gotta figure out which of the beats or the vocals needs to be balanced or needs to be compressed well. So right now, as you can see, it's not clicking, it's not clipping, it's not showing red. So once we have achieved that, then what we're going to do is you export this project as a wave file. So you go to your file, go to your export, audio mix down, then you write the name of the song, which is Street. Let's say it is Street. Let's use the word Street. Then we are saving at the desktop using a wave file. Then what you do is do your export. Make sure you have your real-time export clicked on. Then you go straight to your export. So we're gonna wait and come back. By then, these exports have been done. So welcome back again. As you can see, we have already rendered this WAV file export. So you have to close it, then minimize the Cubase, and here is the one we just exported, and we are getting it ready for your mastering. So there's particular thing I do always do before I master my project. I make sure that it goes through Adobe Audition CS5 to give it a light mastering and to do some little tricking on the settings before the proper mastering. So let's see. I drag it into the Adobe Audition CS5. So what I do exactly is to go to the effect, go to my amplitude compressor and compression, go to the tube compressor just to give it a light mastering. Actually, this is what I just use, the preset light mastering, then I just apply. Then after I'm done there, then I go to the same effect, go to the spatial, go to mastering. Already I use this as a template to gain a little bit of clarity. Then I click the low shelf on, click the high shelf on, then make sure that the reverb is not that too much, because already the song have a reverb, so I reduce it to about 10. Then reduce exciter to about 10 too. It depends on what you hear. It depends on what you hear, but this just like a settings I use. Then I make sure that it comes more wider to about 30%, and the loudness maximizer to about half of the wider. You know, I must have to divide it to make sure that the maximizer is not bigger than the wider of the old stuff. Then I make sure that the gain is already on the 0 dB, because I know when I master I'll still put more gain on my mastering, so I didn't want to give more headroom on this particular stuff. Then I now apply. Then once it's already done, you notice that the shape of this wave is not as the same on how it was before. Then I make sure that I reduce the amplitude to about minus 0.3 dB or 0.6 dB depending, so that I'll have enough headroom when I'm increasing my own volume in the mastering. So I am giving like minus 0.6 dB. Then it is done. Then you see, this is how it looks like. So the next thing I have to do is I go to my file, go to the export file, then I export it down straight to the desktop location. Put your location, make sure it is on wave. Still have mp3, but I'm using still on wave. Then click OK. Then export has been done. So the next thing I have to do is go straight to my mastering. So my favorite software or plugin I use for my mastering is Rax 3. So the first thing I do is to drag the WAV file that I've already exported from Adobe Audition CS5. I drag it and place it into this workspace, and it comes this way. So already I've already gotten a template, but what I have to do is I go first to the EQ settings and click the linear phase EQ. The essence of me doing this is to make sure that I do a little bit of some subtractive EQ. If there's need for me to do some additional EQ, then I'll do it. The first I have to do is I make sure that I play the song so that I can actually monitor and hear the output, then do my EQ, remove some frequency that's not existing, that I don't need actually. So we're using this, for instance. Let's play. You go straight to the area. Yeah. So you see, So you see at this junction, you see that there are some wrong frequencies that are there. So what you have to do is you just cut it off a bit, then you play again. Make sure you're not cutting much. Then you go straight to this. So you see there's a wrong frequency at the 691X. So you make sure you remove short frequency but not more than 3 dB. If you notice at the high frequency, I don't really like how some of the Twitter is showing, so I need to cut some wrong frequency at the high frequency. So I'm cutting from 2000 Hz. So let's locate where the wrong frequency is, then let's cut it. So you see at 3.5 kilohertz, I don't like what I was hearing there. Some sibilants are already there present, so I have to make sure I reduce it a bit. Then I play and see. Then we still need to cut some little of the high, maybe towards the 4 to 6 kilohertz. Let's play and see. You see a wrong frequency, so make sure you cut it off and let's play. So you go to your this particular one and let's see. So this strong frequency is not good to be heard in 300X to 400X, so I cut it off. So let's off this linear phase EQ, and on it you see the difference. So this is off. So let's on it and let's click. So I'll off it and on it in some points so you understand the changes. The song I've already gotten another fuse of EQ. Then the next I do on the compressor is that I make sure that the attack time is goes straight all the way to the right, the release time all the way to the right, and I make sure that I place the input drive into -2 dB. Then the next I go to where I have to increase my overall volume. Make sure I place it on -1 and put it on clean style. Clean style is good. Then what I do is once I am increasing my volume, I make sure that the perceived loudness hits this green signal, but not up to this red signal. Make sure that it drops at least towards the middle, or maybe at the edge, or the closer to the edge of these stuffs. Then you know actually that you are gaining loudness to your song. So let's play and do it.
Sana matime kote tagi kakaniba. Anyuma de la pani mama. Mayo matime ninu pakata. Yelu da bustri bolu kutuli. Tenyi roga duka bukarika. Igesi jigata tomanika. Ande kudu na besamina.
You see that the perceiving loudness is touching the green button. So once you are done with it, then you are on your way to process the final result. So you go to your process and go to your browser, then make sure you maybe add maybe mustard to change it, then click next. The process step 2 is gonna take a little while, then while it comes. Then after this process has been done, you really need to check if the loudness DAW falls in a good position. If it is below -8, -9 dB in total loudness, then you are already good. But it is above -10, -11, -12, that means that the loudness is not that good. But you know, in this our part of the country or Africa, we do want that loudness. Sometimes some artists will say, please, I want this song to be more loud. So what I have to do next is I go straight to my Wave Lab. I make sure that I use my Wave Lab to know the analysis of what I have done so far. So I go to my file, go to open, go to Wave Desktop, that's where I save it, then locate the file, Street Master, that's what we titled it, then open. So this is going to give me an overview of the analysis of what have been done in this job. So it's going to give me analysis of what have been done in this job. So what I have to do is I click on the analysis, go to the global analysis to know everything that have already happened. Then go to the loudness and analyze. The maximum dB falls at -1.82 and the average volume falls at -7.6, which is very, very good. By the time you convert it into MP3, it might fall to -8 dB, which is still okay for the normal Nigeria songs and the loudness dB, so it's still okay. So that is how you can now trace and know. So let's just say that we are converting into MP3, then let's know the final loudness DAW. This is Total Video Converter. I want to use it to convert this wave to get MP3 format. So I'm closing it. So let's locate the MP3 file of what we have done, which is here. So this is the MP3 file. This is the MP3 file. So go to your analysis, your global analysis, your loudness, analyze. You see what I mean? It drops, the left drops to -8 and the other on -7, and the maximum is -2, which is still okay. So we are on our way to loudness of this song, and now we have achieved our aim to give us a dope rap song that is punchy, that is club, that is danceable without saying to reduce the volume. So in case this video has been helpful to you, please kindly click the like button. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscription button, click the notification bell so that you mix such content in the nearest future, because I do post amazing stuff every Mondays and every Fridays. Make sure you stay back in this channel. I remain your humble producer, Jakabit Jackson. Peace.